Yo, what's going on, man? Today is December the 18th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn show, NBA show, where I'm live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as well. You know the vibes, man. We got a big slate today, a lot of games to get into, a lot of things to talk about. Um, and with no further ado, man, we're just gonna jump right into it. But real quick, as I always do, I ask that you guys, if the show is valuable to you, do me a favor and definitely hit the like button for me if you can. Definitely helps the channel and it shows a ton of support from you guys. And I always appreciate when you guys do so. So do that for me. If you're if you're listening in on Twitter, retweeting the show, giving it a thumbs up, all that good stuff is definitely helpful as well. I didn't do a show over the weekend. It's kind of chilling over the weekend, getting some other stuff done. But it was a profitable weekend, man. We Friday I did do a show, talked about liking a few things, but didn't really love anything. And probably should have just stayed off. Did take the Pelicans first quarter, loser. Pelicans first half. This was against the Charlotte Hornets. They won. First half minus the 5. Pacers saw them go into DC and get smoked in that game. I was on that first half team total over 66.5. That did not cash. And then Jason Tatum, even without Porzingis, doesn't get a double-double. So we finished 1-3 on Friday. Nice bounce back on Saturday. However, we swept the board. We were on Philly first half minus the 5.5 in Charlotte. The over in the Bulls in the Heat game over to 12.5. That was an easy winner. And then Minnesota, we played them third quarter live when they were struggling to get that lead against the who are they playing against? They were playing against the Pacers. So I kind of felt like they were gonna pull away in that game, and they did. That third quarter live, minus 2.5 was an easy one. And then we also played the Mavericks and the Blazers third quarter over 56.5. That was also another winner. So Saturday was a 4-0 day, and then yesterday 1-1. Hit on Houston team total over 111.5. I know some people were asking me about the 112.5. That was an easy winner. Cashed about 3 minutes left in that game. And then Devin Booker last night played his assist over 8.5 at plus 100 on Bet MGM. And he did not come through for the people last night, man. Devin Booker let the world down last night. Was supposed to have a huge game, in a really good matchup against the Washington Wizards, but Wizards came in, played defense, held the Suns under 17 points under their team total. So that's how it goes sometimes, man. That's how it goes. But like I said, overall productive weekend. Definitely, looking to stay sharp in the NBA. We are up. What are we? We're up about 30 units on the season now. So hopefully we can kind of keep that going. I do got to finish up my calculations to figure all that out. But it was so many games on the card for today that I just kind of wanted to, dive into these games and see if I can find anything that I absolutely love. So we're gonna get into it. I know it's a lot of injury implications for these games, so do the best that we can. Try to find some ways to play. I got a short list that I like. I haven't placed a bet yet. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Just trying to wait till all the dust kind of settles, man. See what it is that I absolutely love. Once we get confirmation about these injury reports. So we're just gonna jump right in. Try to be quick on these games. Like I said, hit the like button for me if you guys are enjoying the show as you pop in. Retweet it, share it, all that good stuff, and let's jump into it. So first game up, we got Rockets, we got Cavs. This game will be played in Cleveland. For Houston, not the greatest spot. Second leg of a back-to-back. After they lost last night in Milwaukee, you see them not be able to play a lot of defense in that game. It was a lot of offensive rebounding, kick-out shots to Damian Lillard. Giannis was a man-child on the boards, even on the second leg of a back-to-back. And I said this on Friday. I said we should buy the Rockets tonight on Friday. And then they got two Eastern Conference non-conference opponents with the Bucks and the Cavs. But the problem with this spot for me is that Cleveland, they're gonna be without Garland for a while. They're gonna be without Mobley for a while. I looked at a couple different things for this game, but didn't ended up playing anything. I'll tell you guys, the more rested home favorites facing an opponent on the second leg of a back-to-back, playing in a non-conference game so far this season, they are 9-2 straight up. 8-3 against the spread. That's 72.7% this season. But the Rockets are a really good defensive team. I know yesterday they didn't show that. Second leg of a back-to-back. They should be a little tired because that game did go down to the wire last night. So I think if you like the Rockets, you take them early in this game. Also, sneaky prop, I think, in this game. And the Houston plays a lot slower than Atlanta does. But in that first game, without Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell assist prop, we could have maxed that out, took it to the moon. I think it's still in play in this game. Last time I checked, it was his assist was 5.5, minus 135 on DraftKings. I think the number is going to be a tad bit inflated. He had 13 assists in that last game on 20 potential assists, and that was his first game without Garland. So I think we see playmaker Donovan Mitchell probably end up getting Dylan Brooks guarding him tonight. So I like Donovan Mitchell in this spot, but I would play his assists before I play his points. It's a super low total. This total is 215.5, and I do think it could go over. I think Houston. I think without Mobley, Cleveland's defense has struggled. The problem is both of these the Houston team, the Rockets play a little too slow for me. But I do think that this game could go over. The total to me just seems a tad bit too low, especially given that the Rockets have tired legs. Cleveland has been pushing the pace a little bit more. And they got some knockdown shooters. So I think this game could go over, but I didn't play the total. If I had one play in the game, it'd be Donovan Mitchell over his 5.5 assists. I think the 6.5 probably good money as well. So those are my thoughts on the first game. Like I said, didn't make any official plays, but that's the way I'm kind of looking there. Daniel says, "What's up, Chris? And good luck tonight. Can't wait." I'm going through the comment section real quick. He said, "Can't wait." He said, "Can't watch live, so I'm urging people to look at the guards' box scores, assists versus the Utah Jazz." I did look at that as well, Daniel. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's see. Daniel also says Bulls have also covered their five highest total games, plus Philly playing on the 3rd and 4th. This is the best competition Philly has had in a week, and I don't think Chicago deserves to be in the same spread as bum Detroit, Washington, and Charlotte. I would also agree to all of those points, Daniel. I absolutely agree. What up, Justin? Appreciate you for pulling up. Navi in here as well. Navi says hit the like and subscribe. Just a reminder if you guys haven't done so already. Appreciate you, Navi. Appreciate you, Justin. David says new week, less money. New week, new money. Let's rock, brother. What up, Fremont? From Kenya and am all in. Hey, I appreciate you for being here from the other side of the world. Ice and Fire says like and subscribe. Jimmy likes the Mitchell look as well. He says over 5.5 assists, a little juice, but gonna have the rock in his hand all game. I agree, Jimmy. I was trying to find another way to play it. I think Porter Jr. assists, if we ever get that line, could be a good look as well. His PA probably gonna be a good look. But in that first game, they look serviceable. Dean Wade hit a bunch of threes. I think it could be a Max Strus night tonight. So yeah, we'll see. Avery says he likes the Cavs minus the 4. I think the Rockets fade away in the 4th quarter. Buy low spot on the Cavs. I got to see what they look like, Avery. Last game on Saturday when they got Atlanta, man, I think that was just super easy. Just because Atlanta has been a fade for forever, and they won the second leg of a back-to-back. So we'll see. Wimby says, "Yo, Chris, there's some audio bug. I'm not. If you guys are clicking noise pops up every now and then. Yeah, let me know if you guys are still hearing the noise. I'm not sure what's going on with my mic. Should be fine though. Let me know if you guys are still hearing that. New week, new money. Solo says absolutely. What's up, Tasha? Appreciate you for being here. All right, let's keep going. We got a lot of games to get through. Next game up, we got Bulls. We got 76ers. What up, Tariq? I see you in the chat as well. We got Bulls. We got Sixers. This line now is 10. So I know you guys see 11 because when I made the banner earlier today, it was 11. Total was at 227. I actually come down from 229.5. I saw a soft total open last night at 222.5, and I was definitely going to smash that over, but the total hadn't dropped yet. Now you see the total as low as 226, 227. It dropped, of course, with the news about Joel Embiid. This guy is in, then he's out. He's in, then he's out. When he plays great, and he definitely affects a lot of this game. The 76ers have absolutely been on a tear. Just winning a bunch of games in a row. This team is really, really hot right now. But you also go through and you look at who they've been playing. There's been a lot of cupcakes. Sixers are, however, though, because we got to remember the Bulls, while they've been playing better, they are still a team that's below 500. Philly, 7-0 straight up, 6-1 against the spread as a double-digit favorite this season. So a lot of the times we talk about like not wanting to lay the points with these teams. This is the team that you could have absolutely been laying the points with. They're, like I said, 7-0 straight up, 6-1 against the spread as a double-digit favorite this season, winning by average of 28 points per game. Philly is not looking over or looking past any of these weak teams. They've been absolutely crushing them. Miles Bridges did just get ruled out. So if you want Toronto, you might want to jump in there. Yeah, Charlotte was not. I mean, Toronto was not letting him in the country. I don't know if he's in the country, but he's not being able to play in the game. So going back to the Philly game, they went in the first half of those games. They're winning by an average of 17 points per game, 6-1 to the first half over on their team total in this spot, 7-3 to the first half spread in their last 10 games. They've really been coming out and kind of punishing people early. 4-1 ATS last 5 games. Also, Philly 11-3 against the spread versus teams with a losing record, including 7-0 against the spread, winning by average of 23 points per game. So I initially thought this line was a little short. I know Chicago's been playing a little bit better. They are 5-3 straight up, 7-1 against the spread, and 7-1 to the over since Levine went out. But I wanted to play Philly early in this spot. I thought Philly would get out to a big lead. I just kind of you can't really compare the two. But I watched Embiid play the other day against Charlotte, and Mark Williams was ruled out, and Nick Richards was ruled in, and he just looked like a man amongst boys. He looked like he just really wanted to kind of punish whoever was in there. I'm talking about dribbling the ball up the court, pulling up, shooting mid-range jump shots, and I think that could kind of continue in this spot, man. They got a bunch of shooters. They also, I think the other part about Philly is their defense is really underrated. Like when you put Nicholas Batum on whoever the opposing best guard is, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get Kobe White tonight. That really, really slows the other, opposing team down. So if Embiid is ruled in, I still like Philly in the first half. I think that they could cover the full game as well. The Sixers, they've been balling, but I don't really think that they've been playing against anybody that great. I think Philly is a little bit better than the teams that they've been playing against. I also think the Bulls are a little bit better than the teams that Philly's been playing against. So it really wouldn't surprise me if Philly was able to win this game by 15, 20 points. The whole thing for me is who guarding Joel Embiid. I don't see anybody out there being able to do it. And that's how it starts. I think he's going to absolutely kill Vucevic if he does play in this game. You see his points prop all the way up to 34.5. So, don't get it twisted. Chicago's defense is still not that good. So, total, I'm just kind of waiting for it to settle, but I am going to take the over in this one. I really like the over. That was something I had written down last night. Like I said, Philly, their games are flying over the total because their offense has been so good. They're 7-1 in their last, in their last 8. 6-1 to the over in their last 7 games. In Chicago, of course, their offense has gotten better, but defense hasn't really gotten too much better since Levine went out. They're 7-1 to the over on their team total. So the book's still kind of underestimating them just a tad bit. And that's been 2 spots that we've cashed in so far over the weekend. So those are my thoughts on this game. Let's see what else y'all got in here. Justin says he's still hearing it. Let me go to real quick. Let me see if I can. So that's HyperQuest. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's static in my mic, man. Let's see. Yo. All right, that should be better. I turned my mic off. Let's see. Prolific says, get them likes up, people. Appreciate you for shouting that out. Prolific. Definitely hit the like button for me if you guys can. Jess Locke says he took the Sixers minus 10.5. I would need Embiid in. Definitely need Embiid in to feel like I want to take the Sixers minus 10.5. Zoned Up also says smash that like button. No, appreciate you, Zoned Up. Navi still rocking with Kobe White threes. I could not talk you off. I think Tyrese Maxey could have a big day shooting the 3. The Bulls are not great against the 3. They gave a bunch of threes to the Miami Heat the other day. Kevin Love was hitting threes. A lot of the guys was hitting threes. So could not talk you guys off of Kobe White or Tyrese Maxey to go over the 3-point prop. Justin says Bulls team total over 106.5. And Kobe White over 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Both on my card for a full unit each. Okay. Hey, best of luck, Justin. Those could definitely cash. 106.5. Just with how fast the Sixers are playing makes a little bit of sense to me for sure. JS says he's thinking Tobias rebounds plus assists over 8.5. Cash 4 the last 5. Bulls give up the most rebounds to power forwards. I could also see that, JS. I could see that. Buffalo says he took a same game parlay. Bulls first quarter money line. Ooh, Sixers first half and full game money line at plus 750. I'm interested to know what you think about why you think the Bulls go win the first quarter. The Bulls have not been a good first quarter, first half team since the whole season, honestly. I'm interested to know. Zone said I could see Embiid sitting with low management today. I could see that as well. I could definitely see that. Solo says 141 people watching, 41 likes. Y'all on some BS, man. Hit the like button. Appreciate you, Zoned Up. Appreciate you, man. No, yeah, can't hear me. No, you're muted. Better, good. Okay. All right, you straight. Okay, all right, cool. David says, Chris, when you lean to the right, that's when we hear it. Your mic was fine. Okay, lean to the right. So it might be y'all left or my right. Either way, my mic should be turned up, but I'll leave it off. I'll leave it off just so we don't have any problems. I'll try to go in and fix it a little bit later. Appreciate you, Riz. Dominic says Chicago has been keeping games close. They have. They have been keeping games close, but I don't think they played anybody like Philly. On the opposite side, Philly ain't played nobody like them either. So we'll see. Malik, Chicago guy, he says, yeah, I like the over as well, my guy. Appreciate the analysis on that. Yeah, if I'm playing this game, I'm playing the over. That's how I like it. The most. And that first half, if Embiid plays, I also like that look a lot as well. All right, let's keep going. We got a lot of games to get to. Next game, we got Pacers. We got Clippers. So Clippers at Pacers. The spread in this one continues to go up, and the number continues to go up as well, which is pretty interesting because this opened at 240 and a half. You guys see 246, but right now this number is actually 248. So Pacers back home, high spread. Clippers on the road for the first time in a while. This number actually opened at 3. It was 3 this morning. It's up to 4.5 now. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because I would think if Halliburton was ruled in, if Holly is ruled in, the spread should come down, the total should go up. But the spread's going up and the total's going up. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. I will say I don't have my other phone, so I'm not sure like what the. Let me see if we got anything on the injury report because if so, I need to know. Miles Turner ruled out. Tyrese Halliburton will play. So yeah, that makes sense why it's over because now you have no rim protection without Miles Turner in there. So I would play the over too. It's a little too high for me, but yeah, I like the Clippers a little bit more now. A little breaking news on the show. I was already leaning Clippers -3. I just don't like the spot for Indiana in this one. Also, don't really like the spot for the Clippers, but I do think they've been playing really good basketball. And for me, if the Clippers gonna lose a game, it's gonna be because it's gonna be another team that can really score the ball. I mean, it's a team that can actually play defense. I think when they get into these matchups with teams that don't play defense, I'm not really looking to fade them, man. They're on a 7-game win streak, but they are just 4-7 straight up and against the spread on the road. However, James Harden he said, give me about 10 days to get, 10 games to get underneath my belt, and we're gonna be straight. And that's what we've seen. This is their first game on the road after 4 straight home games. Let me see. Yeah, this is their first straight. I think. Hold on for a second, man. Let's do something real quick while we live on the show. I need to go check this Clippers team total over. I just need to look at this real quick, see if I want to play it, see what the total is for the Clippers real quick. Clippers team total is 124.5 on FanDuel. Oh, never mind. Just changed to 125.5. Yeah, you're gonna have to score that many points. I feel like I ain't messing with it. I'm cool. I'm cool off of it. It's 125.5. FanDuel just changed to 125.5. Everybody else already had a 125.5. But that's the way I would play that game. I think the Clippers gonna be able to score. I do think they're gonna be able to score. No Miles Turner. Clippers probably score 130 points tonight, and that would be my best look in that game. Like I said, I just really didn't like the spot for the Pacers. They've literally played like 6 games in a row on the road. It's also still, even though they didn't play yesterday, it's a 3rd game in 4 nights. It's a 4th game in 6 nights for them as well. And the Clippers are the more healthier team. They're the team that hasn't been traveling everywhere. So it's definitely Clippers or nothing for me. I'm going to chill, like I said, on that one. But Clippers team total over would be my favorite look in that game. Also, Paul George back in Indiana. He's gone over his points prop, I want to say, in like 4 to 6 games since 4 of his last 6 games. And he's coming off I wouldn't say an underwhelming performance, but not the greatest performance against the Knicks the other day. He did shoot the ball a little bit better than he had the game before, but he always turned up for the Indiana games, man. They don't have a lot of defenders out there. So I like that look a lot as well. You see that total continuing to go up. 250 is almost what that total is now. So I could see it. I could definitely see it. Holly assists. Man, so much to like. James Harden assists in this one, especially with no Miles Turner. Yeah, he could absolutely eat in this spot. I like all of those different looks. Maybe I'll make a small same game parlay after all the smoke clears and the dust settle in this one. But I didn't play anything quite yet. I wanted to get that injury information. It just sucks that I always get the injury news while I'm doing the show because then I can't make the bets. Maybe I need to change the time of the show. Jimmy says they're gonna want to win this game for Paul George. I can see them giving. I can see them getting a layup or dunk every possession. This defense on Indy is wild. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Indy did just come off getting smacked up. I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to play a little bit better in this game, but it's a bad spot for Indy, man. Like I said, they've literally been traveling everywhere. Navi says Embiid is a game time decision. Jared says PG over 23.5 points, his favorite play. 35 and 45 in his last 2 games in Indy. Yeah, circumstances have changed just a tad bit, Jared, but I can see that. I can see it as well. Let's see. Tyrese Halliburton will play. We saw that. Luka over 9.5 assists, somebody says. Topher says, I like Harden double-double versus Indy. Pace should be up even higher if Holly's ruled in. Harden double-double in a win is probably a good play as well. I'm not sure what the odds are, but as far as player performance double, I think that should be a pretty good look. Harden double-double. I think his assists already at 8.5. So, yeah, fast pace. Harden already, leading the one of the top assist guys in the league. Getting the defense without Miles Turner, it makes all the sense in the world. Jimmy says Clippers full game spread might take them a quarter to get adjusted traveling. I agree. Probably not the best look early in this game, but not talk you off the full game. I like the Pacers in this spot. I like the Clippers in this spot. Just didn't play it. Buffalo says he took Kawhi 2 steals at plus 150. He clears his number at a high clip when the totals are 240 or higher. Okay. Big N, Zubac double-double plus 110. Or will they run him off the floor? Zubac actually can move his feet, man. He can move his feet. I couldn't talk you off of that, Big N. I think that's a pretty good look. They're gonna give up a lot of points in the paint. We've seen what really good big men can do. Not to say that Zubac is, but what Harden is a willing passer. He'll pass the ball as long as you're cutting it in the right spot. He did it the other day to Daniel Theis. He'll do it to Zubac as well. He'll give him the ball to be pretty efficient. We see what Giannis did. We see what AD did in recent games. So I couldn't talk you off. LJ, what up? He says, "What up, Chris? I'm on Paul George over 24.5. Pacers have allowed last 5 power forwards to average 39 points, including Giannis getting 64. Yeah, Giannis was on a mission that game though. I should like Sixers -9. Is that not number down to 9? It's down to 9.5. Yeah, okay. RG says, Chris, you like Paul George rebounds and assists over 9.5? I do. I like his rebounds and assists over 9.5. I think PG could get his PRA today. I think he could. I definitely could. Britt says, I don't think Paul George respects coin. I'm on him tonight, but he always sells me. Yeah, that's what Devin Booker did to me last night, man. I get Devin Booker wrong every game. You would think he's not in the MVP race the way I'm betting on him, and he keep not cashing for me. Next game up. Let's go to. We spent enough time on that game. Let's go to. And I got to speed up. I'm still going slow. 23 minutes in. Let's go to Timberwolves. Let's go to Heat. This game will be played in Miami. We got another West Coast team on the East Coast for the first time in quite a while. This line was 1.5. This line is now, what is this line right now? 2. So Timberwolves are 2-point favorites in this game. Total dropped from 219 down to 217.5 on most books. And for Miami, this will be the first game they get Tyler Hero back. This will be the first game they get Bam back. Kyle Lowry couldn't wait. He said he's sitting out with soreness tonight. He couldn't wait for Tyler Hero to come back. So Kyle Lowry won't be in there. Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniel are listed as questionable, which is why I couldn't touch this one. The line is indicative of them actually playing. This is the same thing that they did the other day when they were playing against the Dallas Mavericks, and both of them ended up getting ruled in. But I need Jaden McDaniels again. This is what I said on Friday or Thursday. And I need Anthony Edwards in if I want to take the Timberwolves. And I do think the Timberwolves are the better team in this spot. Miami just 3-9, straight up at home, 0-2 against the spread when they're a home dog as well. 4th straight home game for them, however, don't like that spot as much. And they don't have too much of a look ahead spot. They play Orlando on Wednesday. On the opposite side, Timberwolves 8-2 straight up, 6-3-1 against the spread in their last 10. This team is just balling right now. They tied for the best record in the NBA with the Boston Celtics, and they do have potentially a look ahead spot to Philly on Wednesday. But I just don't want to bet against them right now. I think that they are the better defensive team, and defense wins these games in the regular season. I think that they bring the defense on the road in this spot. And I think that they want to win. They typically play well in Miami as well. So I didn't play any player props in this game. I know Karl-Anthony Towns is coming off a really good game. I think he had 40 in the last game. But I want in. If Ant gets ruled in, if Jaden McDaniels get ruled in, I'm probably going to end up taking Minnesota on the money line or just live betting them. So those are my thoughts in this game. Let me see what you guys are on, and we'll kick it to the next one. What up, S. Warrior? I can't even pronounce that. He says Wolves is again public bet. Yeah. I mean, people just gonna ride with what works, and if it keep working, you keep playing it. I tell you who a public dog, the Detroit Pistons. They are every single time. And guess what? If you've been fading the Detroit Pistons, you got enough to go buy you a small island somewhere if you've been putting enough money on it. And it ain't need to be a lot. So yeah, I don't get into all that public stuff. I don't care about all that. Minnesota, the Rockets were the Rockets were a public favorite the other day too, and they absolutely smoked the Grizzlies at home. So all that public stuff don't mean anything, man. Don't take too much consideration to where all the money at. It don't mean everything. It don't mean nothing every single time. Justin likes the Heat +2 on his card. So we don't opposite sides there, Justin, but I didn't bet anything. So best of luck to you if you get there. It sounds like you played it already. Buffalo says Trae Young and DeJounte Murray always do me wrong. I bet one and the other goes off. That's why you bet the total. That's why you just bet the total or the side. That way you just betting the whole thing. Burns like the Heat. He likes the Heat as well. Over on game total, I bet. Dominic says he bet the over. Burns said the entire world's on the Timberwolves. The Heat will cover tonight. I disagree, but we'll see how that goes. Jess Locke says, I feel like the Wolves are due for some regression in the Heat difference in Miami. Yeah, I just gave you guys the numbers though. The Heat just 3-9 at the crib. So it just depends on how motivated Minnesota is. Minnesota way better than Miami in my estimation right now. S. Dot never gonna fade his Heat. He on the Heat. He says Heat smash. If the Wolves were as good as everyone says, the line shouldn't be 1.5. Plus, the game winner will galvanize the team. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. I think Tyler Hero coming back. I think Bam coming back. They could potentially run out of energy late. It's gonna be their first game back in quite a while. But I need, like I said, absolutely need I need those guys to be in McDaniels and Anthony Edwards. Estai says, Chris, don't do it. Reconsider. Go Young DJ talking about Anthony Edwards in the Only Fan model. Got her pregnant. I was looking into that. I saw that too. Not to get too far off, off topic, but it's part of the cap. So we got some injury news. Caruso in, Torrey Craig ruled out. Killian Hayes listed as out. They're probably gonna be better without him. Clint Capella available to play, and DeAndre Hunter available to play. So with everybody in for Atlanta, I think I like their team total to go over. DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella. I like that. I like their team total to go over. I need to see what that number is. So the thing about Ant is I think so that actually came out a while ago. Like I was looking at the date on that stuff with Ant. That happened like at the end of last month. So it's not necessarily something, like it ain't happened over the weekend and she exposing them now. She exposing them now, but it's something that he's been going through for a while. And he actually came out, and talked about it as well. Burns said you gotta bet on the public, on the good public teams. Yeah, absolutely. You do sometimes, man. Or you just stay off the game, take it live. Not the bad ones. I'm with you there. Navi likes cat points plus rebounds. Chase says the Bills were a public fave yesterday and smashed the Cowboys. That means nada. Absolutely, man. Everybody always getting to the public and the dog and all that, man. I could care less. I care about the one that cashed. S. says Heat at this price after a game like they had on Saturday says to take the Heat along with the line being only 1.5 favorites for the Timberwolves. Says the books are scared. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. A lot of love for the Heat. I think when the Heat are when I get this much love for the Heat, that's when I typically want to fade them. But we'll see how it goes. I don't have a bet on the game. I do like the Timberwolves a lot in this spot though, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll see. Next game up, let's go to Detroit. So we got Pistons. We got Hawks. This line was 11 and a half. Now with those guys being ruled in, I see it touching 12. The total is up from 233. I mean, sorry, from 243 to 247. I don't even think that's high enough if I'm being honest. DeAndre Hunter, like I said, just got ruled in. Clint Capella just got ruled in. I think we're still waiting on Bogdanovich news. I think he was also on that injury report. Maybe he wasn't. For Detroit, Duran is still out, and Isaiah Stewart also is going to be out for this one. So I know not to get off on a tangent. I'm not going to talk about the Pistons for long. I don't think we got a lot better things to talk about. But I was looking into some, and if you guys been following the show for the whole year, I talked about Detroit, not being as bad as their record. Eventually, I thought that they would get some wins underneath their belt. So this is what I think is wrong with Detroit. I think initially at the beginning of the season when they had Duran, I think that they just lacked shooting because they were missing Joe Harris, they were missing Bogdanovich. Now you get Bogdanovich back, you get Joe Harris back, and now you're lacking rim protection, you're lacking defensive rebounding, you're lacking offensive rebounding. Your young team is still turning the ball over. So I looked into a couple of things. Not to say he's going to fix everything, but without Duran, I'm never betting on Detroit. That's just how that's going to go. So I looked into the numbers. So without Duran, this team is 0-6 straight up and against the spread. They're losing by an average of 23 points per game. They're allowing teams to shoot 52% from the field, 41% from three. They're also getting out rebounded 48 to 37. Their defensive rating with Duran is a 113. Without him, it jumps to a 122, right? And it's a lot of other numbers I can give you guys as well, but that's just a synopsis of how much Duran means to this team, specifically in the rebounding department, because they're actually a better rebounding team against their opponents than without Duran. Without Duran, they're 11 rebound per game difference. Atlanta, first game back home off a 3-game road trip. They do go back on the road for 2 more games on Wednesday when they play in Houston. And so I'm definitely not laying 12 and a half points for them. They do typically own the Detroit Pistons. If you go through and kind of look at the numbers, like this is a team, no matter how they're playing, they always smash up the Detroit Pistons. And could they in this spot? They absolutely could, especially because like I said, they're a better rebounding team. They're not going to turn the ball over as much. I think if I'm playing this game, I'm just looking at Atlanta. First half team total, I think it's like 64 and a half. And their full game team total should be something like 124. And that's how many Detroit is giving up. They're giving up about 125. Now you get Atlanta, top 5 team in pace. Also not going to play a lot of defense. I think the full game goes over, and I think Atlanta team totals goes over. And that's the way I would choose to play this one. I didn't play any player props. I think Cade could have a good game in this one. Of course, Trae Young could get 15, 16 assists if he really wanted to in this one. And Atlanta could really call. They've been struggling, right? They got a good win. And then they lost. Then they ended up losing, get smashed by the Cavs. So, if they're motivated, which it sounds like they are based on the post-game interview when they lost that game, because they did make a late push in that game. I think Atlanta can do whatever it is they want to in this game. Let's see. Tariq says, why not take the Heat first half just in case they run out of gas? I could see that, Tariq. For people who don't know, Timberwolves have been the best third quarter team in the league, and it's one of the reasons why we played them the other night. So I could see, a little letdown in the first half, Tariq, and then they kind of pick it up in the second half. I could definitely see that. Burns says, man, that public stuff matters, bro. I disagree, Burns. I disagree, man. I'll tell you this. If all I had was my betting resources without information to where the public put their money at and like how much money on this side, how much money on that side, I think I'd still be profitable. I'd be a profitable bettor because I don't look at it now. Like I could care less where all the money at. If I cap the game and I like to play, I don't care if it's a dog, a side, a middle. I don't care what it is. I'm just going to take the play. Kyrie says, Chris, how you feel about playing boosts on FanDuel? Nah, that ain't my thing, Kyrie. I like playing best that I like, not the ones that the books like for me. That's the easiest way for me to put that. Let's see. The Bora Core says, where can I buy your membership for your picks? So the membership link is posted on the YouTube channel. If you go through if you look in the descriptions, $5.99 a month to get you access to all my plays, and it's posted on my Twitter as well in my membership in my link tree. You just got to click the $5.99 membership page. David says, laugh out loud, man. If Chris been this profitable for years, I wouldn't change his process. Enjoy the show and smash the like button. 181 in the YouTube and not even 80 likes. Man. Appreciate you, David. Shouting out the love, man. Go Young DJ says Monty's not a good coach. I would. Monty's been, man. I think he's very stubborn in his ways of how he's tried to do things, and he's kind of lost the locker room just a tad bit. But when you're going down in history for being one of the worst, having one of the worst longest losing streaks in NBA history, you kind of want to get off that snide, man. So I think that I don't care if it's the coach or not. You're gonna be tied to this for the rest of the NBA history, right? People gonna remember you as being on that team that started 2-46. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I was trying to find their projected win total to take the under, and the books done locked it up. They don't even got it available no more. I looked at that right before the show. Jess Locke says, I took the over 244 last night. Hawks defense is horrible. And of course, with most of their scores, and I had to take it. Yeah, I like that look, Elijah. I actually still take it at 247. I think this is a spot where, Detroit can go over their team total, and they typically been struggling to score. And Atlanta can score 150 tonight if they wanted to. So I like this look a lot. Like I said, I haven't played anything yet, but I like that look a lot. Red says the total has gone over in 4 of Atlanta's last 5 games against Detroit. Yep. Jimmy says Atlanta team total over 130 on DK, minus 110. I like it. I like it a lot. And it's crazy to like totals at 130.5 points, but this is what Atlanta do, and it's what Detroit doesn't do. It can't rebound the ball. Bet on JC likes Cade over 1.5 threes at minus 135. I think that's a good look. Navi says NBA should relegate the Pistons at this point. I mean, they can, man. It's really, really bad. Jimmy says 63.5 is the first half. I really like that. Could throttle down if they really blow them out. Yeah, I agree. And that's why it's one of the reasons why I play first half totals. And then if it doesn't hit, then I typically play the full game team total at that point. But yeah, 63.5 in the first half. They could have 70 if they wanted to. I think that I want to say the Bucks had 80 at halftime the other day, or something like 75 against the same Detroit team. So I could absolutely see that. Yeah, Boo's not absolutely a curse though, Kyrie. I agree. He says just curious because I always hear about Boo's curse, but I don't keep up if they cash or not. Yeah, I don't. I just cap the games. I don't typically get on the sports books to see what they offering. Like that's probably like a bad thing, but that ain't never what I'm on the books for. I like playing what I want to play versus what they advertising me. Oh, that's don't sound right to me, man. And I'm not telling people not to play the boost. Play them if you enjoy them, but not something I absolutely love. Justin says, I have never checked to see where the money is. Never will means absolutely nothing to me. I trust my cap. That's how I feel, Justin. I trust my cap too, bro. I don't care. Max bet is a good way to see if the books really think the boost will hit. Yeah, I agree with that zoned up. Because most of the time they only let you put like $50 on it. I'm like, well, guess that's not a great bet if I can only put $50 on it. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, we got a lot more games to get into. Let's keep going. Next game up, we have Raptors, and the Raptors will be at home taking on the shorthanded Toronto Raptors. The Raptors will be at home taking on the shorthanded Charlotte Hornets. Let me get that part right. This line opened up at 11, and I couldn't figure out why I was 11 until I found out the news about Miles Bridges. Now the line is up to 12.5. The total has come down from 226.5 down to 223. Terry Rozier did lead the last game. He is probable for this game. Mark Williams is still listed as doubtful. PJ Washington and Gordon Hayward are also listed as questionable. And of course, Bridges will not play in this game. And that's really gonna make it hard for this Charlotte team, man. I can't lay 12 points, 12.5 points with Toronto because they're just not that good, in my opinion, to be laying double digits. But it really wouldn't surprise me if they were able to win this one. I do think that the way you kind of pivot from that is maybe potentially looking at Pascal Siakam. I got him on my short list. His points prop was 23.5. 4 of the last 5 he's gone over versus Charlotte, and 6 of his last 8 versus Charlotte. They just got a really tough matchup against bigs. They can't guard bigs at all. And I think Siakam can really get to wherever he wants to on the floor and score as many points as he wants. The problem with Siakam is that he has this good game, bad game. Good game, bad game if you go through his last like 5 or 6 game logs. So I think it's a spot where, like Toronto should be able to do whatever it is that they want, but I don't feel comfortable laying 12 is a lot. And Toronto's defense isn't good enough for me to lay 12 with them. On the Charlotte side, I have no idea what to do with them because we don't even know who's going to play in the game for them. So I don't really have a strong feel on the Charlotte side. We need to know the status of PJ Washington, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward. It's going to be some pretty good value in this spot, on the side. But but not something that I'm looking at. The total, I think, probably about right. Charlotte really does struggle to score, even though the Raptors defense isn't necessarily elite. You just got to get all the pieces to the puzzle for this one for me to feel like I really want to jump in and play it. Let's see. Did we get anything from injury report? No, we didn't get anything else. And I don't even see comments on this game, so I'm guessing y'all want to skip over this one too. Sound good to me. Real Stoney says minus 12.5 is so wrong. I would agree with that as well. Buffalo says he took Pascal Siakam at 30 at plus 300 odds. And then Real Stoney says easy alt fade. Okay, so yeah, so little love on Siakam in here. Next game up, we have let's see, just making sure we didn't get anything else. Next game up, we got Grizzlies, we got Thunder. So this line, I was asleep on this one because I probably would have played OKC at 8.5. I didn't see this line until got to 10.5 this morning, but it did open at 8.5. Memphis on the road, first leg of a back-to-back. They play the Pelicans tomorrow. The total in this one went up from 227.5 up to 229.5, and the spread jumped from 8.5 to 10.5. So a couple things I looked at. OKC first and foremost, they're coming off man, it was a crazy game for anybody who got to watch them play Denver. I was watching Denver. I was watching that game, and they just wouldn't go away. They're a very, very feisty team. With Chet down there, Chet had nine blocks in that game, and I think potentially looking at his blocks in this one could be a good look as well. Okay, this will be the last game for Memphis before they get Ja Morant back. Ja Morant is set to return in the next game, which is tomorrow against the Pelicans. I think they get smoked tonight. I honestly do. The problem is, though, even though the Thunder are 2-0 straight up and against the spread as a double-digit favorite this season, they're winning the first half, which I like a little bit more. They're winning the first half by 12, so I like the first half a little bit more, maybe like -6. I like that a little bit more, maybe -5.5, -6, just because I've seen the Thunder let up off the gas. It was just a couple games ago where I want to say they covered the full game spread against the Jazz, but they were outscored like 44-23 in the fourth quarter. So if you're taking these big numbers, that's why you kind of split it up. So OKC first half will be the top play for me in this game. The Grizzlies just don't got it, man. I keep saying it. The Grizzlies don't got it. It's nobody on their team's fault. I mean, they literally got Desmond Bane and Jared Jackson Jr., who both have been playing really, really good. Consistently, they've struggled to put good games together. One of them typically goes off, the other one doesn't, and then they kind of go back and forth. But I don't see them contending with this team. The Thunder are really, really good at home, on the road, top 5 defensive rated team, and they really showed me something winning that game in Denver the other night. So OKC first half would be my top look in this game. Let me see what you can get the spread at right now, real quick, for OKC first half. I much rather play them first half. They feel like a good first half team to me. First half spread for OKC is, and their team total, honestly, 119.5. I think they could get there. OKC -5.5 on BetMGM is -120. There are a bunch of sixes on draft, a 6 on DraftKings, 6 on Caesars, and a 6.5. That's why you shop around for the best number. Bet Rivers got a 6.5, whereas a lot of other books got it between 5.5, 6, and 6.5. So yeah, definitely get the best number if you guys like that one. But that's the way I would play this one. I'm not a believer in Memphis, and I think they probably play a little bit better. Probably a little more excited for the game tomorrow. 77 figure says Hawks -12. Pistons are ish staying respectfully to Detroit people. I mean, Detroit people, I think they know too. Avery says Raptors -12 line is very telling. Don't have enough depth to keep up full game. Losing Miles Bridges is huge. A lot of rookies will be in the mix. I agree. I do agree with this. I don't know, man. I think I can't get there with Raptors -12. I don't care if they're playing against Duke. I can't. Raptors -12 just a little too much for me, man. Maybe a live bet. Maybe if the game's close at halftime and I can get the spread under -12, I'd take it. But just because these teams land these big numbers, I was just on Charlotte the other day, and I know Miles Bridges is a big point, but I tried to face Charlotte against the Pelicans the other day in the first quarter, and they didn't win the first quarter or the full game. The Pelicans didn't cover, and that Pelicans team is better, way better than this Raptors team. I understand the Miles Bridges thing, but yeah, I couldn't get there. Tasha said too many points for her. Avery says Toronto's length will get the Hornets. In my opinion, Raptors bounce back. Just lost to this lost to them 10 days ago, and the Raptors were favored by 5. And that's another reason why I couldn't get there. Real Stoney, this makes a lot of sense. He says Charlotte team total under 114. I think if I'm playing it, that's the way I would play it. I don't know how they're going to score 114 points in this one. Charlotte also plays it really, really slow. So, yeah, I could see that. Vaughn says that Denver and Nuggets game was a great game. Absolutely. I think that might have been the game of the year. I know it was on a Saturday. A lot of people probably wasn't watching it. That was a really good game. SGA gamed them. I'm screaming at the TV like, yo, not that I care, but I'm like, yo, send a double. And they left on one-on-one. You see SGA get to a spot, step back, pull up, block up, cash, game time. Gamed them. Real Stoney says no Biyombo is a huge loss for Grizzlies. Major, but not huge. Maybe not huge, but major. Yeah, I agree. They need him for defensive purposes. 77 figure says he's a big fading the Pistons tonight. No different. So he likes Atlanta minus the 12. Quiet Money Will says, "What up, Chris? Love the show. This is a look ahead spot. Preparing for Ja." I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Buffalo says Raptors do have revenge too. They lost outright to the Hornets last week, and Raps were big favorites. Book no Raptors got a good chance of smoking the Hornets. Yeah, I agree, but I could just see it going either way. If they win this game by 10, it wouldn't surprise me. Raptors extremely inconsistent, man. They beat Atlanta the other day and then come back and score 104 points to Atlanta. Atlanta don't stop nobody. How you score 104 points against them? And you just lost to the Charlotte Hornets as a 5-point favorite. I can't get there. If you've taken the point, if you land that number with the Raptors, may the forces be with you, man. Best of luck. I'm not talking you off of it. I'm just telling you I can't do it. I don't think Monty gonna be fired yet. 77 figures. I don't think so. Not quite yet, but that lease getting short though. They just gave him man 80 million M's, and we already talking about firing him, and for good reason. You 2-25 or whatever that is. 3 times says Chris, what's your opinion on Dinwiddie and Colin Sexton over their points, rebounds, and assists? Dinwiddie, I like his assists 3 times. Love Dinwiddie assists in this spot. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. What up, Markel? He says, what up, bro? He said, I'm on the Thunder. Buddies, first half. Yeah, I like it, Markel. If I play it, that's how I'm playing it too. I'm trusting them to get out to a big lead, not trusting them to hold a big lead. So yeah, I'm with you there. Chet 2 blocks. Thunder first half money line, full game is minus 120 on DK. I could see that, Colin. Chet to get 2 blocks and the Thunder to be winning at the first half and the full game, minus 120. I could see that. Brian says, what's up, Chris? Great look Saturday night. Thunder smash first half, full game. He likes the Thunder in the first half, full game as well. S.Dot letting us know PJ Washington is ruled in. That helps a little bit. But PJ's streaky as well. Yeah. Real Stoney says Raptors first quarter ATS is the only way I could back them tonight. Quick in and out. And then Just Lock says, can't take the Thunder after their win. Probably a backdoor cover versus Memphis. I can see that as well, which is why we're playing first half. Yep, I agree. All right, couple more games to get through. We got Mavs, we got Nuggets. This line is now at 8. Yeah, 8.5. You guys see 7.5. The total has come down a tad bit from 238.5 down to 237. And this one really all, just kind of depends on Luka. Is Luka gonna play? Is Luka not gonna play? He didn't go through shoot around. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but Luka just, randomly popped up on the injury report because that's what happens in the NBA these days. Rashard Holmes also listed as a game time decision in this one. So he's a toss up to play. Of course, Kyrie is still not going to be there. And Derek Lively. Another reason I couldn't touch Dallas today is because Derek Lively is not there. One of the reasons why we took the third quarter over in the game on Saturday against Portland. If you couldn't stop Portland from scoring, best of luck with Denver. Denver also, I think, is going to be extremely motivated in this spot. Not sure if KCP going to come back in this one. This game doesn't tip until 9. But they will have Jamal Murray. They will have Aaron Gordon. And I think Denver got a bad taste in their mouth. One of the things I was looking at when I was capping this game was I was trying to figure out how Denver plays off a home loss. And then they're back at home again. And maybe I'm tripping, but I couldn't even find it. When I looked it up, this was the first time in the last 2 seasons that the Thunder have actually lost. I'm sorry, that the Nuggets have actually lost a home game. And they had another home game coming right behind. So Dallas, for them, this will be the last of a 2-game road trip. They got a look, maybe not a look at a spot, but they do host the Clippers on Wednesday. For Denver, last game of a 3-game home stand, they actually traveled to Toronto to play the Raptors on Wednesday. So if I'm playing this one, I think first of all, I don't trust the Mavericks defense at all, especially on the road. I'm looking at Denver team total to go over, and I'm also because they are one of the more efficient offenses in the league. They'll probably end up trapping Luka, getting the ball out of his hands. They've also already beat this team one time already this season, and like I said, I just think they're motivated. Denver, however, I talked about this the other day as well. Denver first half they have a better net rating than they do for the full game. So first half to me seems a little bit better than the full game. Right now, you can get Denver first half -4.5, not juiced at all, -115. Well, slightly juiced at -115 on DraftKings has the best number right now. So if I'm playing this one, that would be my top look in this game. It will be Denver first half. I would like to get in and get out with Denver. I think that they could cover the full game as well, but Luka Magic is kind of crazy, man. And this team is like, I know it was Portland the other day, and Portland is bad. Trust me, Portland is really, really bad, especially since they got Anthony Simons back. His defensive rating is like a -500. He can't guard anybody. And that's one of the reasons why that game went over the other day, because they were kind of just picking on him. You're not going to be able to do that against Denver, though. And like I said, I think Denver got all the motivation in the world in this spot. So I like Denver. If I was going to play them, it would be first half against the number 4.5, and I would play the team total to go over 122.5. What y'all saying in the chat? Vaughn says, I know you ran the query of Nuggets as a previous home favorite loss and at home in the next game. Heavy on the Nuggets today. I couldn't find anything on it, Vaughn. I don't know what you saw. 77 figure says Denver owns the Mavs. Nuggets or nothing. I agree there. And when you take out Lively, it's really, really difficult for them to be able to stop anybody. I think just thinking about that in general, I think it could be an Aaron Gordon double-double type game. Aaron Gordon over his rebounds, Jokic over his rebounds. Like, it could get really, really bad for the Mavs in this spot, especially if Luka's not hitting on all cylinders tonight. They're going to need Grant Williams to play big. They're going to need Seth to play big. Like I said, 8.5 is a big number, but and I don't want to lay the 8.5, so I would just look at the team total. I think Dallas going to give it up tonight. I definitely think they're going to give it up. Vaughn says Denver first half spread and full game team total over. He likes both of those looks. I share it. Tariq says Denver show off against good teams. Navi likes the first half. Buffalo says Simons is the Malik Beasley on the West Coast. Hey, I'm not gonna get into it right now because they don't even play today. But Anthony Simons is really bad on defense. Like really, really bad. Really, really bad. He gonna push them totals to go over. We remember cashing some like back in Portland in a couple spots where they were big dogs. This one he was out. Now that he's come back, the offense is starting to get better. The defense is absolutely trash now with him back. So yeah, I'll just give you guys that nugget. Fremon's likes the Nuggets first quarter. He says, "Give me Nuggy first quarter." Okay. And Quiet Money Will says, "I'm on Jones Jr. over 1.5 steals and blocks at -138. He smashes this prop." Yeah, he's out. That's what he out there for. 3-and-D type guy. So I couldn't talk you off of that, Quiet Money Will. Denver's been uncharacteristically turning the ball over a lot as well. Bissy says, "Going back to the well with Luka over 2.5 rebounds in the first quarter, especially with Lively out. See you at the window. Best of luck on that one, Bissy." Fremont says, "Matter of fact, give me Nuggets trifecta." Okay. Fremont's like the whole trifecta spot. Colin says, "Jokic assists, ? Along with the team total over and bad interior defense for the Mavs." I agree. I absolutely agree in this spot. Mavs been playing a little bit faster too. And even though the Nuggets are a slow-paced team, they have one of the highest, effective field goal percentages in the league. So they typically still score. Vaughn says, "I ran a query. I got 3-1 straight up, winning the first quarter by 4. Okay. I couldn't talk you off, Vaughn. Best of luck, my brother. I hope you cash in that first quarter. I think I'm gonna play the first half, but I haven't gotten to the window yet. I need to know I need the injury news, man. That's why I haven't placed the bet yet today. All right, next game up. We got Nets, we got Jazz. This line opened at what do I see? I see it opened at 4, down to 3.5 in some spots. Still some 4s out there as well. Really conflicting. Not gonna talk about this game a lot. For Brooklyn, they do get Dorian Finney-Smith back. Lonnie Walker's still out. For Utah, Keontae George is out. John Collins is questionable. Omer Yurtseven is questionable, and Jordan Clarkson also remains out. Jordan Clarkson also just got added to the shipping block, to the trade block. They're looking to get rid of him. And to me, I was trying to find a Jazz team total, like a season win team total to go under, because they're not trying to win. I mean, we knew that they weren't trying to win, they're trying to rebuild, but like they're the team that's like actively tanking right now. I think a little bit more than any other team. Like They want to play hard, but they don't necessarily want to win games because whenever you're trying to trade Lauri Markkanen, who's on the trading block, Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, and John Collins. Like I'm not like I don't know who you want on the team. Like that's all your top scorers. So that makes me not want to look towards the Jazz. They did just get smoked. Keegan Murray hit I think 12 or 13 threes against them the other day. But we know that this team plays really, really well at home against the spread. I forgot what they are, something like 8-3, I want to say. Brooklyn, best ATS team on the road. I'm sorry, best ATS team in the league, even though they are off 2 straight losses. They lost against the Golden State Warriors the other day and lost to who did they lose to before that? I know that they lost twice. I can't remember who the other team was. But back-to-back losses for them. This is also the last game of a 5-game road trip. They lost to Denver. That's who they lost to. Got smoked by Denver too. Last game of a 5-game road trip. Typically a spot that you don't necessarily want to back them in. They got a game coming up against the Knicks on Wednesday. For Utah, not a great spot. First home game after a 2-game road trip. Then they go back on the road all the way to the East Coast, and they play Cleveland on Wednesday. So not a great spot for the Jazz. I think the Nets can cover here, but I didn't put my money on it. I think the better play would be looking at Spencer Dinwiddie to go over his 7.5 assists in this spot. The line is juice, minus 138 on FanDuel. He's averaging 9.2 in the last 5 games, and Utah giving up the assists to guards. I won't go through all the numbers, but point guards, opposing ball handlers, and playmakers getting whatever they want against this team. So Spencer Dinwiddie, he could potentially have 12 assists in this game, and that would be my top look in this one if I'm playing anything. Would also wait on the Omer Yurtseven and John Collins news because, granted, you probably think that don't matter. It does matter in a game like this, especially with Brooklyn being one of the softer teams on the front line. So those are my thoughts on that game. David says, I don't have any judgment on this, but Harden and Kawhi and TJ McConnell all to get double-doubles is plus 9,000 on DraftKings. I know my Pacers. This is possible. Okay. Buffalo says he took Luka under his 9.5 assists, fits the game script of Nuggets blowing Mavs out. Whew, boy, it's hard to fade Luka. Best of luck, Buffalo. I would lean with you, but man, that's tough. He just got the ball in his hand so much. Justin says, I'll stay off, but I was leaning Mavs first half. So opposite sides there. Justin thinks the Mavs can keep this one close. Just Locke says he got Nets minus 3.5. If they want to beat them, then they very much can. Cam Thomas could go for 35. Yeah. I told you guys this before, man. For some reason, when teams go into Utah, they lose their powers. I'm not sure why, but lose their powers. Vaughn says just a lean, but he likes the over in that game. And then 77 Figure says top prop Brunson over his points. He goes for 35 against the Lakers. We're gonna get there in a second. Fremont says Sixers dropped to 9. Okay. And LJ says Utah has allowed 6 of the last six point guards, the last 6 point guards to average 8 assists. He likes Spencer Dinwiddie over 7.5. He says it's a great look tonight as well. So we got some Spencer Dinwiddie love. Typically not a guy that I like to bet on, but he is the primary ball handler out there. I did go look at those numbers. We got 2 more games to get into real quick. So we got Wizards and we got Kings. This is a simple one. Simple cap. Wizards coming off the game last night where they kept it extremely close. They almost won the game against the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix didn't. They looked like a shell of themselves, which correlated with Devin Booker going under his assist prop. The Wizards covered the first quarter, first half, and full game yesterday. But this is the second leg of a back-to-back, and they're not playing against a depleted team. They're playing against a pretty healthy team in the Kings. The Kings typically run you off the gym when they catch you on the second leg of a back-to-back, which is why you see this spread so inflated. This opened at 11.5. It's all the way up to 14 now, which is crazy. The total opened at 245. It's all the way up to 250. The only reason I didn't get in on this one is because I need to know Fox. The spread is indicative that Fox is going to play. I know he went through shoot-around, but to me, he still could be ruled out. It's a non-conference game for Sacramento. They could beat this team without De'Aaron Fox. I mean, they beat Utah with not a superstar, but an all-star and Lauri Markkanen, last game without him. Sacramento 6-4 against the spread as a home favorite, facing an opponent on the second leg of a back-to-back. They're averaging 125 in this spot, and they've cleared their team total in 8 of those 10 spots as well. So all of that's reason to back their team total. I know it's like 132.5 is the number I think I saw earlier. They do got a game where they host Boston. Boston will be heading out to the West Coast. They host Boston on Wednesday. But this is a third straight home game. They've won 6 in a row at home. So Yeah, I think if they start slow, you take that team total over at the end, or if they don't cover, oh, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels rolled in. Okay. Did that drop everywhere yet? Nah, that didn't even drop yet. Beat reporter just tweeted it. Oh, and now it's dropping. Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniel rolled in. Um, Hold on for 1 second. Let me check something. Let me check, see where I can get this money line at from Minnesota. Minus 122 on Bet Rivers is the money line. I like the money line, man. I'm not gonna even have time to put it in because it's gonna slow the show down too much. But Minnesota on the money line. I'm not gonna rush it though. It's cool. I'll let things kind of play out, and then I'll find a way to jump in on the game. I do want some action on that game. So that's how I'm thinking about the Wizards, man. I'm not looking to back this team. They covered in that game. We know that they won the last game against the Pacers before they started this West Coast road trip. And I think they, absolutely could run out of gas here in this spot on the second leg of a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, against a Kings team that loves to run. This is the spot where I typically like to fade players on the second leg of a back-to-back, especially a non-conference game, one that they could care less about. Not sure if it'd be Jordan Poole, who's like really been going under his player prop, or if it'll be Kyle Kuzma. But I think fading one of those guys would be my top look in this game outside of that Kings team total to go over. But like I said, I didn't play either one of them. Like I said, just kind of I want to make sure Fox in first. I'm not messing with that if Fox is in. He's not officially ruled in yet, Tariq. We haven't gotten the news yet. Tariq says Utah Jazz a dog today. Yeah, they always have dogs at home, and that's when they play their best. Jess Locke says 11.5. I like it with or without Fox. Yeah, be careful though, man. Like I'm not telling people how to, what best to play. You play whatever it is that you like. But I will tell you guys, the Wizards, they not as bad as it seems so far this season. Like I said, not the greatest spot in this one, but it really wouldn't surprise me if they were able to cover in this spot. 14 points is a lot of points, and they are 9-6 against the spread on the road. One of the better road teams because the numbers are always so inflated. So just something to kind of keep an eye on, man. Best of luck. You did get 11.5 though, which is a really good number. Yeah, we'll see. Nah, I'm not putting the bet in, Tasha. I'm gonna wait. I got all these plays. I hope they don't backfire. Yeah, I hope they don't backfire you either for you, just like when I play early, I typically get the worst possible things to happen. What up, RC? I hit you back in a second, bro. We almost done with the show. What's up, Sharon? Appreciate you as well. Buffalo says he took Gafford 2+ turnovers at plus 200. He went crazy last night and played huge minutes. He did have a double-double, a humongous double-double last night. And he said, and Kings are better than average at forcing turnovers. I would agree there. I would agree. Tariq says T-Wolves are minus 3.5 now. Also, going back to don't take Wizards. Yeah, I'm not taking the Wizards, Daniel. I'm just cautioning people. Like everything that looked easy ain't necessarily that easy. A lot of people probably bet the Suns thinking that they were going to turn it around last night too, and they covered. They didn't cover first quarter, first half, or full game. So that's all I'm saying. Going back to the Kings game, we know that the Wizards give up a lot of points to centers. They give up a lot of rebounds to centers. So I think Sabonis, looking at his points plus rebounds, could absolutely be in play. I don't even know what that number is, but Sabonis triple-double, I think, is in play for this game. It really just depends on, if they have to play their full rotation of minutes or not. I'm not sure how that goes. All right, last game up, we got Knicks, we got Lakers. This is another game, highly dependent upon the injury report. For the Lakers, Jed Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, and D'Angelo Russell are all probable for this game. They are probably going to play. But on the opposite side, we got LeBron, AD, and Christian Wood all listed as questionable. I think Christian Wood is like, illness or something. Everybody seems to be getting sick. And then on the opposite side, of course, for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson remains out. This team has been really, really bad on the defensive end. I think I got them at so other thing about the Knicks, it's the fourth game of a 5-game road trip as well. And the last game on the West Coast. They play in Brooklyn on Wednesday. They're bottom, the dead last in defensive rating in the month of December over the last 5 games. Worse than the Pistons, worse than the Wizards. They're 9-1 to the over in their last 10 games and 8 straight overs on the road as well. You look at the Lakers, they're coming off that really, really embarrassing loss to the San Antonio Spurs where they let them get their first win and stop that. I think it was like an 18-game losing streak when they decided they wanted to rest their players, and then they ended up getting smoked. They also lost 2 of their last 3, and they haven't covered a game since they won the in-season tournament. So 0-3 against the spread, just 1-2 straight up. This is also another reason why I don't necessarily love the Lakers in this spot. It's a standalone home game for the Lakers. They actually got an East Coast road trip where they play Chicago on Wednesday. And the number in this game has been actually bet up from 227.5 up to 234.5, I think is what the number was. And I agree with the line going up. The problem for me in this spot is that it's up to 235 at some spots. The problem with me is that if the Lakers get everybody in, they could actually really stifle this Knicks team that's really been struggling. Not necessarily with defense. The Knicks probably gonna want to play a little bit more defense in this spot. The Lakers, if they get Jared Vanderbilt in, they get Cam Reddish in, I think that they win the game. They cover the spread. They need LeBron and AD, of course, but I think they could win the game, cover the spread, and the game could go under. Lakers are actually 9-3 to the under at home, including 7 straight unders. Those go back outside of the in-season tournament game. So I think Lakers -4.5 is a good look, but I can't play it until I know that everybody's going to be in. I do think looking at the Knicks, they've been a fade. I hadn't really paid attention too much to this. I looked at it earlier. The Knicks have been a fade on the road. They're actually a really good home team this year, but they've really struggled on the road. I got the Knicks at 7-3 at home, but just 7-8 on the road. So the Lakers, this is where they play their best brand of basketball, 11-2 straight up at home. So I think the Lakers probably want to get the bad taste out of their mouth of getting embarrassed to the San Antonio Spurs, and that's the way I would play this one. Also, keep in mind of this, Anthony Davis is from Chicago, and they play in Chicago on Wednesday. So even though he has the best matchup probably on paper, because I don't think the Knicks have a lot of people that can guard him, could be sweaty maybe to fade him in this spot, and he should have an even better matchup against Vucevic in the next game. So I like the Lakers. I actually like the under in this spot, just a tad bit. If the Lakers get everybody in, I think that they probably turn up in this spot and play really good defense. So those are my thoughts on the game. Let me see what you guys like in this one. RC says, who taking the Pistons? Best of luck, RC. Best of luck, man. I can see them covering, but they absolutely could cover it, but I'm not messing with them, man. If they lose by 20, it wouldn't surprise me either. David says Cam Reddish revenge, timely, 12 points and 2 threes. I forgot all about Cam Reddish playing against the Knicks. Buffalo says, imagine Pistons and Wizards money line plus 46.50. That would be insane, Buffalo. Maybe worth $1.50. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't put anything on that. JS Brown says smash Lakes tonight, bounce back spot. I can see it. 77 Figure says Brunson will cook tonight. Over his points, light work. I think Brunson could be in. Brunson's really good. Don't get it twisted. If Vanderbilt plays, I can see Brunson in Vandy jail. I could definitely see him in Vandy jail. We'll see how it goes. Colin says Malik Monk assist for me. Waiting for the line to drop and Fox knees, maybe Fox threes, but he runs a lot of pick and roll with McGee, targeting the big interior defense. Only gonna take at 4.5. So Malik Monk over 4.5 assists for Colin. He likes that. Glowboy says Reddish wasn't on the injury report. I think I seen that yesterday. Yeah, Cam Reddish is supposed to be in. He's probable for this game. Just Locke says I took the Lakers -4.5. Not really the best spot for them, but the Knicks, without their primary rim protector, Mitchell Robinson, could be in trouble for them. And the Lakers off a loss ATS is pretty solid. I agree there. That's kind of my cap on this one as well. Just like I need to, like it wouldn't surprise me if Bron and AD sit out though. Like the Lakers and the injury report in the NBA is just really killing me, man. It's like 100 games to bet on. I literally bet none of them because I want to wait. And then, of course, I wait. Now the show going, and then that's the time to make all the bets because now the line's coming out, and I'm missing the best of the numbers. So, just really unfortunate, man. Young DJ says Brunson had a historic night and went right back to shooting terribly. Yeah, he did. He did light up the Phoenix Suns for 50, and then really struggled in that next game against the Clippers. Cullen says Lakers team total over. LeBron James assists. Knicks defense has been awful without Robinson. I would agree. Vaughn likes Julius Randle points. He says last 3 games versus LA, he had 33 and 8. And the game before, he had 32 and 16. Yeah, I could see Randle having a big game. Dante says teams in LA after losing to the Clippers first and playing the Lakers next are not on and are not on the back-to-back. Are 4-13 straight up, 5-12 to the over/under. So those games go under, and those teams don't win. Okay, I could see that. That was something that me and RC was actually tracking last season. Ice Fire likes 80 rebounds. I couldn't talk you off of that. As long as he's motivated in this spot. Yeah, he could definitely go to Vandy jail, Marcus. Vandy jail is a real thing. Ask CJ McCollum, ask Brandon Ingram, ask Devin Booker. Like, yeah, Vandy jail is a real thing. What's up, Big Mar? What's up, Marcus? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. And then Navi says he likes 80 rebounds and Reeves points. And Quan says he likes Randall over 17 and a half field goal attempts or 23 and a half points. He should get to 23 points. Yeah, I'm gonna get my bets in the second time. I don't like rushing stuff no more, man. I used to rush everything. Now I'm just kind of chilling. Malik says I'm playing DeMar on Wednesday. He's going to be auditioning for LeBron. Try to come to LA. I couldn't talk you off of that, Malik. Maybe you fade him tonight. David says, Chris, we will wait. Stop playing, man. Top 3 plays. All right, so let's go through the card real quick and send me a request if y'all got anything on Twitter before we get up off here. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes, 221 people still watching live on Twitter, man. Do me a favor, hit the like button for me if you guys haven't already. Definitely helps the show a lot. Let's do this. So I'll go through each game and tell you guys what I like because I got my notes pulled up and I know what bets I'm probably gonna make. Like I gotta, if then this, and I hate those type of bets, but those are the ones that I'm probably gonna end up making today and just living with the results, like always. So what I had in my notes was Clippers -3. Of course, that line is gone. Right now, it looks like the best line you can get for the Clippers is 3.5. So you still can get the Clippers -3.5. But I talked about the money line because I didn't think that it would go over. I think the over is still in play too. James Harden assists are also still in play. I said this one will reach 250. It's up to 250.5 right now. I still think that totals. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna touch the total. I don't know how good Halliburton need feeling. So I'm just going, y'all, like I'm literally talking it out with y'all right now. So Houston, Cleveland. If I'm playing that game, I'm looking at Cleveland. I'm looking at Houston first half, and I think the total is a tad bit too low at 215. I think this one could get up and over. Cleveland defense is not going to be as good in my estimation. I think Houston should be able to score, and they're going to have a little bit more tired legs on the second leg of a back-to-back in this one. So Houston, Cleveland over the 214.5. Over 214, I see as well. Chicago, Philly, over. We can wait for Joel Embiid to be ruled in, but 226.5, I will be on that. If Joel Embiid gets ruled in, I like Philly in the first half, it'll probably be 5.5, maybe 5. I like that look a lot as well. Clippers and Pacers. I won't have an official play for that one. I probably won't play anything. And then let's keep going. Minnesota, Miami. I like Miami. I like Minnesota on the money line. The line is up to 3 now. And I told you guys, I think it was -122 when I said I liked it earlier, but that line is moved. But yeah, with McDaniels in and with Anthony Edwards in, I really like Minnesota in this one. Detroit and Atlanta, over. I just think the game goes over. Atlanta first half team total over. Atlanta full game team total over. Detroit can also score in this spot as well, but like I said, those numbers without Dern, I gave them out earlier. They won't let me. They won't allow me to back Atlanta. I'm back Detroit in this spot, even though Atlanta's been absolute trash. This could be shout out to Dream. You always talk about chicken noodle soup, and this could be exactly what Atlanta needs. Some chicken noodle soup. Detroit is chicken noodle soup. When you 1-9 against the spread and straight up in your last 10 games, you're looking for Detroit to be on your schedule. So I like Atlanta. I like the Atlanta team totals first half and full game in this spot. Not sure how I'm going to play it. Charlotte, Toronto, definitely not touching that one. Like I said, I can't lay 12 with Toronto. I don't care who Charlotte got missing. And I don't think we know the status of some of those guys that's playing for Charlotte. I still don't think we've gotten that information yet. So I can't get there with them. Charlotte available players. Let's see. Hold on. We got something on Charlotte. So Brandon Miller, PJ Washington, Nick Richards, Ish Smith. Oh God, they got Terry Rozier. Oh yeah, this game going under. Uh, yeah, Bryce McGowan's. So PJ Washington got ruled in, and Gordon Hayward got ruled out. Yeah, they probably getting smoked in this game. But I'm not. I'm still not touching it. Best of luck if you guys play that one. Memphis OKC. It'd be OKC first half for me in that one. Best play in that game. I think, like I said, Memphis just don't got enough, and they got to look ahead spot to the Pelicans tomorrow, and they get job back tomorrow. So I like OKC in the first half to stay away from the big number. But they could win this game by 15 points. I do believe in that as well. Dallas and Denver, another first half for the home team. I'll be playing Denver first half minus the 4 in that one. Like I said, no Lively equals no Dallas love for me at all. I think Denver should be able to get whatever it is that they want, and they got a bad taste in their mouth after that loss getting gamed by SGA just 2 nights ago. Brooklyn and Utah, Spencer Dinwiddie assists over 7.5. Probably would take it up to 10. Utah's not a good defensive team, and Spencer Dinwiddie averaging 9.2 assists in his last 5 games. So I like him in this spot if I'm playing any player props. Oh, going back to that first game, I forgot to mention this. Houston, Cleveland. I talked about it at the beginning, but Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell, 20 potential assists in this last game. He finished with 13. His number's 5.5 today. I like the 6.5 as well. Didn't quite get there with that one either. And in the last 2 games, Washington, Sacramento. I know the team total is high for Sacramento. I still play it. I think they scored 140 tonight. First half team total. I think that they get to that number as well. Whatever that number is, probably like 65.5. That's probably gonna cash too. And then Lakers, when they get ruled in, which I'm seeing 5 pop up now. I do think the Lakers the right side after getting embarrassed to San Antonio. They get everybody in. I do like the Lakers a lot tonight. So out of all of those bets, the ones that I like the most are Denver first half. I really like that spot. Bounce back. I like the Lakers as well. Uh, Denver, Lakers, Philly, and Chicago over 226.5. I don't care if Joel Embiid plays or doesn't play. If he doesn't play, they play even faster. And then yeah, those would be my top looks for the day. I know I said a lot. Just go back and rewind it. I haven't played anything though, if I'm being honest. So let's get to Twitter. See what you guys are looking at. Let me get Cam up. See if we can be kind of short, so we're not on here for too long today. We get Dream up, and let's get Flow up as well. See what these guys are on. Stefan, you up first, man. What's going on? How you? I'm good, bro. Talk to me. What's going on for today?
It's fitting to me and everybody's listening to a Lakers report. Talking like all the Lakers are coming back, Gabe Vincent, stealing money. He might even play for once. And the Knicks are coming. And of course, when we come in, that's when y'all gonna put that team back. Like only us will all of this happen at the same time. It's hilarious. But what's tonight? Let me get to the plays. LeBron's assist is 7.5. He's been crushing this line the last 4. The reason I love this is just because, like, you talk about Mitchell Robinson, like people talk about, like, the Knicks have, like, legitimately, it's the worst defensive rating in the NBA in December. Like, it's worse than the Hornets, worse than the league. And the thing is, they can't stop pick and roll. Like last game, Harden had 12 assists. Before that, Booker had 9. He should have like 13 because the lead ball handlers just like spam pick and roll. Like the Knicks cannot stop pick and roll. So even if AD's not playing, I love the 7.5 assists for LeBron. If AD does play, if it's at 25, I love that. He's over 5 of 6. They played last year in this exact scenario where Mitch wasn't playing and it was Jericho Sims. And he got Jericho Sims like 4 quick fouls and scored 27. So love that one. I think it's a Julius Randle spot, so I took his 22.5 points. It was at minus 120, but he has a great track record versus the Lakers. I think he bounces back after like up and down Clippers. And I do think like what you're saying between like Vanderbilt, Torian Prince, Cam Reddish, they just have like so much length pause to throw at Jalen Brunson where I think he can still get his points, but I just think that like they're gonna try and like wear him down. So I just think like the natural pivot is to like go with Randall and his points because like that's where you could take advantage of the Lakers a little bit. It's like kind of going like sounds crazy, but like go right at LeBron James. Like Randall's a very strong, rugged guy going into the lane. Like really like the 22.5. And the last one, I have 4 plays for the game mostly. The last one is I'm going to be on Josh Hart's rebounds plus assists. I think that one, he has a great track record versus LeBron, versus the Lakers, ex-Laker, covering this line. 2, he got ejected like in the last game against the Clippers, and it's just kind of like the Knicks rebounding is terrible. I was listening to a Laker podcast where he talked about like the one thing they struggle with is like guards grabbing rebounds because the Lakers don't box out well from the perimeter, and they give a lot of offensive rebounds. So, I think it's a great buy low spot for Josh Hart. It was rolling strong was the line. Then it got bumped up to 8.5. He had 2 down games, and now it's right back down to 7.5 games. So really like that one. Those are my 4 for the game. And my long shot for the day, 2 on my page, but my long shot is LeBron for 86, Randall for 25 points, and DiVincenzo for 3 threes. One of DiVincenzo, Quentin Grimes is hitting 3 threes, so I landed on DiVincenzo because the Lakers just give up 3 threes to someone on the perimeter like every game. So those are my looks for tonight.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, Stephen. They make a lot of sense to me, especially Randall being back at the crib tonight. He's gonna be hyped for that game for sure. Yeah, I mean, I honestly like I get it. I just don't think it should be a banner. Like I'm not like I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like we don't need. Yeah, bro. Like you know how much stuff we got going on at crypto.com, bro. What we doing with this banner, man? But I get it though. Like it's another like thing for the league to use to kind of promote big things and stuff like that. So yeah, I get it.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. Best of luck tonight, Stephen. Also, I want to say this real quick, just because we talking about the league. Anthony Edwards, like the stuff that's going on with Ant, and like the way they kind of came out about. Y'all know how pro Anthony Edwards I am, but the way it was exposed to national media today with that lady leaking them text messages, all them tickets that you might have got to win MVP this year, throw them joints in the trash. Go through and look at the MVPs of the NBA. None of them got nothing like that on their rap sheet. So yeah, NBA, he could get every vote unanimous and he still wouldn't win. Just FYI. Just so you guys know. I was thinking about that earlier and wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Let's go Dream, then go Kim and get up off here. What up, Dream?
Hey, shit, man. What's your line?
I can't call it, bro. So much going on, Dream. I don't know where to start, bro. What you looking at today, man?
Yes, I feel too, man. I just honed in on a few spots and was cool with it. Yeah, so I'm on Sadiq Bay tonight. I don't know if anybody mentioned him in the comments or not. Yeah,
Revenge game, Sadiq.
Yeah, already, man. My Detroit's on Pistons, so I'm kind of locked in. But yeah, so I played this base 4 unit, and I laddered him all the way up on points to 25 plus 700. So pretty much he's played Detroit twice since they traded him to Atlanta. He played 20 minutes and had 14 points and 11 rebounds. 27 minutes, had 19 points and I think 4 rebounds. But more importantly, each of those games, 20 and 27 minutes, he had 13 shot attempts in each of those games. So he's getting shots up versus former team. And what I love most about this is I'm giving y'all all the numbers with 27 and 20 minutes because he generally plays off the bench. But his last 6 games, he's got 35 plus minutes at least. So he's finally getting a chance to really get back at his old team. And Detroit, we don't play no defense since we started the system. Everybody usually goes over their point prop, but yeah, just love Sadiq Bey in the spot tonight. It's just gonna be whether he hits shots or not, but I think he's gonna get 15 to 20 attempts, seeing as he gets 13 minimum in 20 and 27 minutes. I think he gets a lot of attempts and think hopefully he gets some shots and gets 20 and 25. So yeah, Sadiq Bey for points ladder for Detroit. And I was just talking about this. I loved it. Sabonis and Nikola Jokic each to have a triple double when their teams to win. So plus 971. Loved it, man. When I heard you say you like, when I heard you say you was thinking, Sabonis had a good chance to get a triple double. I'm like, good, because I'm just worried about how he put the play in, but I'm like, he gonna get whatever he want. But I'm just worried about a blowout, man. I don't know if it's good. If it's a blowout, he only gonna play 3 quarters. So that's why it's a blow money bet. Also, I love Jokic to get a triple double tonight, but the bonus is a little more iffy. That's why it's a plus 350. But yeah, it's a bonus for Jokic to get a triple double plus 971. And just a sneaky spot. I actually got a 2-legger But I'll just give out one leg that I really like that I played for some gas money. Tari Eason, 2 blocks. I'm sorry, 2 steals. Tari Eason, 2 steals. So basically, he's got a steal in 6 to 10 games. His minutes are up now. He's getting about 25 to 28 minutes per game. And I think he's got 2 steals in 3 of the last 4, something like that. So it's plus 285 on DraftKings. Worth some gas money. When I say gas money, it's just like something you throw in the tank to get you through a couple of days, like $30 or something like that. So yeah, Tari Eason, 2 steals for Houston. Deep pay for points ladder and Sabonis Jokic needs to get a triple double and their teams to win plus 971.
Absolutely, Jen. I love that Sabonis and Jokic to get a triple double. I think that's the easiest way to kind of play it. But and Sabonis, like realistically, Jen, Sabonis to get a triple double, he could get the triple double in 3 quarters because the Wizards play with so much pace. I don't know if people watching it. The Wizards literally be flying up and down the floor. They don't care how bad their defensive rating is. They just go as fast as they possibly can. So as long as Sabonis gets the usage, as long as they're playing through him, and Keegan Murray don't get super hot like he just had 23s the other day, I could absolutely see that. The Tari Eason play, Dream, I really, really love as well. I don't even know if people really know who Tari Eason is, but I've been watching the Rockets play their last couple games, and he actually been stealing minutes. He's been in the closing rotation for Coach Ime Udoka, just because I think he like his defensive intensity. He really be out there, scrapping, trying to rebound the ball, playing defense. He just he remind you a little bit more offensively talented Patrick Beverley at the small forward position, kind of sort of. I like Tari Eason. I like him a lot. So I could definitely see that Dream, especially with Cleveland having, they're gonna have other guys ball handling tonight and for the future without what's his name being there, without Garland being there. So I could definitely see him getting the 2 steals tonight. That's a sharp look, I think, by Dream there. Yeah, go back to you, Dream, real quick. Then we go to Cam.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah. So man, I'm just shit you saying music to my ear. So I just gotta run this play by you. I feel like you might feel it, you might want to add your own twist to it. And it's so funny because the teams you mentioned, I kept off because I was scared. But anyway, OKC, where we at with this? OKC, Atlanta, Denver, and Sacramento, all to win the first half in full game. Not cover the spread, just the money line. On the first half in the full game, I got it at 285 on FanDuel, another gas money bet. But I think you were talking about Toronto. Oh, no, I don't know. I know you were talking about Philly first half. I was a little scared because I actually believe it or not think the Bulls can win that game or cover the spread. But yeah, man, I just wanted to share that with you because I think that this is a spot. Obviously, it's 4 teams it's 4 games, so anything can fucking happen. I always say pigs fly. But yeah, all these are like 10-point favorites. Besides Denver, and they're going against a team that only has Luka pretty much right now, Luka and Tim Hardaway. And then the rest of these teams are 10-point favorites, where they should really be covering the spread at that time, let alone winning. So yeah, I just went OKC, Atlanta, Denver, and Sacramento each to win the first half and the full game money line. And it was a plus 270. You could probably find 2 and mix around and get you like a minus 102. I think Denver and OKC was like a minus 102.
Okay. Hey, that I think I like that, Jane. I think I like that a lot, bro. Yeah, I could definitely see that happen. Appreciate you, Jane, and appreciate you as well. My guy RC in the chat, I was talking to him about that total at 251, and he said that he actually took the Clippers team total to go under, which sounds crazy, but I know he said he did it for a reason. He says if you look at the Pacers defensive rating at home versus on the road, he said Clippers in non-conference games, small sample size, but they only score 97 points to the Knicks and 93 to the Nets. They don't travel well. I think those defenses the defensive comparison is a little different to me though. And they also haven't played on the road in a while since they've been established. But I see your point. I definitely see your point. He says Pacers road defensive rating is like a 127 and home defensive rating is a 113. Huge difference. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. A couple of those defensive performances at home though were with in-season tournaments, so they had a lot to play for in those games, which they do in this game as well. But like I said, I just don't like the spot for them. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Big Marv says, Chris, you like the Nuggets first half and OKC first half? I like both of those. Those would be my 2 first half favorite bets. And Philly. I like Philly first half too. But like I said, I got to, when I'm done with the show in a couple minutes, I'll go through Odds Jam, figure out where I can get the best number at, and then I'll send that out to the members on the ones that I really want to lock into. But I need Embiid in, and I still haven't seen news that Embiid was going to play. If y'all saw that, y'all let me know. I see Keith Pompey, who is the lead beat writer, just tweeted Joel Embiid at pregame, but I didn't see anything official about he was going to play yet. So we'll see. Let's go, Cam, and then we'll get up out of here. What's up, Cam? And appreciate you as well, Navi. I see you in the comments, my brother. Yeah, I'm good. How you doing? You laying 12, Cam? Oh, okay. All right. We cool. We're on the same page then. No, I'm messing with you. Not Duke though. Not Duke.
This is one of those games that a lot of people are kind of like. It's one of those games I can see it blowing out. Just nobody there, and then you want to be careful of that moment with a player like Pascal because he will rest. But either way, I'm not on the Raptors in that shape or form. You have 2 players. Exactly. One jacket hurdle over 11.5 at -115. The fact that they be playing in Nick Richards. And it's not. So if it was going to be PJ Washington at the time, I'd probably be a little bit more worried because he might pull him out. But Nick Richards is an old school center. Yeah, he's been going over this 11.5 line the last couple of games. More into the game than against a team like Charlotte who doesn't do all against bigs to begin with. I really like that a lot. So I took over 11.5. I also took the Raptors to win those games. So basically, just money. Which means score a lot too, just so people understand. But you can lose to win the game. So I took it to play the same, so I'm not worried about just win that. So those are the 2 plays I took the draft game. On James last 2, I planted with about Turner. The way it's going to be even worse. I took Paul George over his assists and rebounds. I know a lot of people assists and rebounds line. Basically, ever since he went to the Clippers, it was like what 14, 11, 15. So it's been consistent for it. He's also gone over the points too for most of the games too. So it's kind of like he's playing in the end. So what team? I think it's going to be an up and down game. Paul George and the ball and quite often Turner. You're also opening up a lot more rebound opportunities for Paul George as well. So those are the 4 plays that I'm on today. Bonus one thing if you're watching the Eagles game from spending most of my time tonight. DJ Brown 7 catches tonight. That's right. That was almost even. Those are the 4 plays I like. Honestly, I agree with everything you said about big spread. They got crazy. I really like the. We were talking about the Philly game earlier, so I was scared. So I really like that. KC, but I don't know. 4 plays quite a bit for the next. So.
Yeah, no, I like it, Cam. So the other thing, I didn't really go into it too much on in the first half for Philly, but Philly, I like they've been playing against bottom feeders. Yeah, like I absolutely agree with that. But Philly been dominating first halves. I'm talking about they got a +17 net rating in the last like 6-7 games. They just really been like just kind of putting their foot on the pedal and just getting teams out the way. And you look at the Bulls ATS wise, Philly I think is 7-3 in the last 10. And you look at the Bulls, they literally not covered like a lot of first halves outside of the one where they got the big lead against Miami the other day. Like they literally haven't been covering these first halves. I want to say they're like 2-8, even in the games without Levine. They've been a better second half team. So yeah, I said that. Yeah.
So it's kind of like all the trends going this way. It's like it's really nothing because the Bulls have been keeping up. But I don't think this team's what we're seeing is real. I think what we're seeing is a little bit of a bounce of the team, and you know, being playing the team, but I don't think it's good. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more with you. So Chicago just lost to Miami. Then they beat Miami. They lost to Denver. That game was at home. They lost to Milwaukee. They did take them to overtime. Milwaukee, that was a pretty good competitive game for them. They beat San Antonio, beat Charlotte, beat New Orleans. New Orleans wasn't getting up for that game, and then they did beat the Bucks before that. So we'll see how it goes. I like I said. Top look though, Chicago and Philly, especially if you're still watching now, Chicago, Philly over the 226.5. I love that. That's probably my favorite play of the day. I do think that they will be able to score a little bit more. The number is available on BetMGM, and I'm actually about to put that in right now before the line move. It's up to 227 on some other books, but with Embiid being rolled in, which we did just get that news, give me the over 226.5. I love that spot. Probably, like I said, a little bit more than a lot of the other spots. I don't think that Chicago is going to be able to slow this team down, and I also think Chicago is going to be able to score a little bit as well. So give me that as my top play for anybody that's still looking for, a best bet for me. I love this look today. We've been cashing on this, and hopefully we can kind of keep it going here today. Woo Rizza says Mitchell assists over 6.5 plus 130. Harden double, and his assists over 10.5. Harden 12 assists plus 380. Paul George over 23.5 points plus 110. And Paul George 35 plus points, rebounds, and assists for him. Appreciate you sharing the looks. I hope you cash them tonight, Woo Rizza. He also likes the Jazz plus 4. Lakers team total over 116.5. And the Thunder versus Grizzlies over 228.5 as well. Knicks first quarter plus the 1. A lot of bets from Woo Rizza. I hope you cash them, my brother, and I appreciate you for sharing them. I kind of gave you guys what I'm looking at on every single game. I got 20, 30, like a 30 minutes before the game. So I'll go through and, just solidify my official picks and send them out to the members, man. It's $5.99 a month if you guys want to get in there. But best of luck to you guys tonight on all your action. Everything. We'll be back tomorrow. It's a small card tomorrow, not a lot of games, but we still gonna try to find a way to cash. Shout out to all the speakers that came through. Shout out to all of the people who left likes. Shout out to everybody for coming through, man. Best of luck on your action today. Hope you guys get some cash, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. I'm out.